Howdy, Well, Russ here,
And Chris over here.
and this is a bathtub Q&A.
We got so many Q&A questions before when we put it out on Instagram that we couldn't even begin to get to them. So we'll see how many we get to with this one.
Should we keep this child friendly?
Yes, we should keep this child friendly. Yeah, I don't know how child friendly two naked men in a tub are anyway, by YouTube standards. We'll see.
Where did Russ come from? Your names are Dylan and Chris. I'm curious to know how you came up with Russ. I'm from Wyoming, and my middle name is Russell. Russ. And actually, I went to a monastery when I was about 18 years old, and I was driving to Northern California. I'm not religious, but I thought it'd be a great experience. And while I was on my journey, me and my best friend decided to change our names. He went to Will, and I went to Russ, and it was both our middle names. And we looked for a sign. We're like, give us a sign. And then right away, I saw a street sign that said Russell. And then we're like, no, there's no way we're gonna see a sign with William. And literally blocks later, we saw a sign that said William. We decided to change our names.
But you didn't call yourself Wild Russell?
I wanted to shorten it to Russ.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from. I mean, that's a long story short.
All right. Any vacations or trips this year you guys are excited about? Well, we haven't booked it yet, but we are hoping to book a trip to go to visit our friends in Texas and then fly from there to Alabama to visit my family.
2 hours from Houston and about an hour away from
Auburn.
Auburn, Alabama. Oh, Peter Mon. OMG. I'm getting a shirt. We gotta get one of his shirts too.
Burton.
Our merch is coming soon. I made a quick change to the design, so it'll just be a little longer. What is the most ridiculous thing someone has tricked you into doing or believing? Chris, your beard is awesome.
Thank you. I'm about to trim it even more though. Oh God.
Religion. When I was religious in the Christian church, there's a lot of good Christian churches, but mine was very hating. So it taught me to hate anybody that was the other. We are the good ones. The Mormons are the others. The Catholics are the others. Every other religion is the other. The others are bad. We are good. I did kind of believe it for like 2 seconds of my life. And I questioned, I was like, why is everybody in my life so hating? Am I supposed to believe like this? Because I don't.
Okay, that's something totally different from an angle that I thought. Someone that actually tried to trick me, because I don't think that the people that are religious are necessarily trying to trick you. It's just their beliefs are maybe different than what you ultimately come to believe in. But for me, two different things. 2 scams. I fell for 2 scams. One which was supposedly a friend needing to get back home because he'd been gay bashed, and it was a very elaborate hoax, and they got me for a couple $100. And then there was another one which was a credit card processing company that wanted me to sign up for their services and leasing a piece of equipment to process with. And it was a total sham company, yes, and he recognized it.
Please do not go. I was like, don't trust him. There's something not right. Don't trust him. And thousands of dollars later,
and I just
scammed.
wanted to believe in him, I guess.
I know what you're saying. I shouldn't make that about the church, but I was forced into going to church. Like, I actually had to go to all these events without my will. Like, my parents and everybody made me. So I did feel like manipulated into it.
Okay.
Because I didn't have a choice. It was like, no, you have to go to church or else. I was forced into it. Just to make that clear.
Yeah, and it's your answer, so.
I don't want to like discriminate against anybody who's religious, because there's some amazing religious people out there, including my mom now. How do you guys feel about subgroups like the bear community? I've never been to a bear event. I've never been to a gay bar. I think it's cool, but at the same time, if that's the only community you have, that's not something I want to do personally, because it would limit myself, and I want to have a community that is everybody. I like hanging out with people that are diverse.
I don't know. I'm just like for everybody getting together and being happy.
But I do recognize that people have like certain types, and I don't care. If you have a type and you like African American, or you have a type and you like bears, or Asians, or twinks, or whatever you like, or you like blonde women, or you like redheads, or tall or skinny, or have some extra weight on them. Everybody likes something different. I recognize that.
And there's several questions about, or do we have any plans of getting married?
If so, would you vlog it? I would vlog it. I mean, people do home videos of weddings, but it's gonna be chill. We're gonna spend the money. Oops, I farted.
Kind of funny because the next one is, what is a smell that reminds you of your childhood the most?
It's definitely not that smell.
God knows.
What is the
What
smell?
smell that reminds you of your childhood the most? And for me, it's probably coal smoke, because my grandmother and great-grandmother lived in West Point, Georgia, right where the Kia plant is now, by the way. Their house doesn't exist anymore. And so being there, I would smell the coal in the fireplace in the winter. Anytime I smell coal, it totally takes me back to my childhood at my grandmother and great-grandmother's home.
Probably hot chocolate, and it depends on who I think about. If I think of my father, I definitely think of cigarettes, because he smokes, and that's not a good memory. Unfortunately, it's the truth. For my good ones, definitely hot chocolate after a long day of sledding and playing in the snow.
Who was the first to say I love you? That was and I don't think we know, do we?
It was pretty mutual. There's a lot of people who want the merchandise. Sometimes you wonder how many people are gonna actually support you. So it's kind of nice. Thank you guys for even wanting to support the merch, and I'll make sure that I have some soon. Or what happened to Chris's former partner? Is he still half the owner of the B&B? Yes.
And he was just here a week ago for a week.
And honestly, I like the B&B, but I have to be completely honest. It's always been more of Chris's baby than mine.
Because I've been here 21 years.
Yeah, I think you gotta face the facts that some people like this kind of stuff and some people it's just not quite their cup of tea. I totally respect it here, and it is a beautiful spot, but it's just, I like doing other things. I like doing YouTube, and I've always had other side jobs and stuff. And
so he's going to be doing very little of this year. How do you guys compromise in your relationship? Since Chris has his own ways of doing things since he's older, I'm also an intergenerational relationship. Thanks, Sean.
You know, the age gap, when it really comes down to a relationship, is it really that much of a factor to us? Or is it just us having differences in our life?
No, the differences of how he does things and how I do things are the bigger factor, and it has nothing to do with age, I don't think. He is more organized and more of a planner. I am absolutely not.
Relationships have a little bit of tension. Like, we have tension.
Oh, was today a day of tension?
Today was a tension day.
Today was a day of tension. Did I say it? Today?
And guess what? We'll continue to have those. Yesterday was pretty good. So just today was harder for us. Hello, it's Charlie from Washington State. YouTube channel Charlie Trevino. Okay, my question. Who do you guys want to see in concert? Naka Bear and Medicine for the People.
That would be a big, major one. Yeah, that would be my first two.
We actually like a lot of the same music.
Yeah.
Okay, we already did the biggest celebrity crush, right?
Yeah, we did that.
But I think I said I didn't know one at the time, but it's Joe Rogan.
Oh, and there's another one that I don't think I added. So can I add to my list?
Yeah.
Callum Scott. He's yummy. And I could listen to him sing all day.
I think
he is so yummy.
Yummy?
He's yummy.
I don't say yummy.
I do, because he's yummy.
One thing you can change about the gay community, it must be would change.
What would we change about the gay community?
Let's end with that one.
Okay. Since we're not totally immersed and involved with the gay community from what we said, people that go to a bear bar or a twink bar or what have you and then talk about each other, I just don't know why we should be putting anybody down because they're in some other subgroup.
What would you change about the gay community? It's a hard question because are they talking about just literally gay people or are they talking about the whole LGBT plus community? What part are you talking about? Because they're discovering that the gay community is bigger and bigger and bigger, and they just keep on adding letters. And also within just the gay men, there are flamboyant to masculine to people that are in between. Not everyone's the same. Not everybody that's gay is the same. So even if you pointed one person out and you said I would change something about him, there might be another gay guy that they're completely different. So you can't really say that. Everyone's different.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've kicked this dead horse long enough, don't you?
Yeah. Love you.
Love you too. Now you've got to shave for the other video.
And it's gonna be with a blindfold. And I gotta get a handlebar mustache.
No, you've got to create a handlebar mustache.
What do I say? I talk like a hick.
I don't know.
But you understood the concept, right?
I understood the concept.
Then why can't I just concept talk? Why do I have to be...
Cause it ain't good English.
What the hell are you talking about?
You can't curse on this here show.
You know I don't know how to do cursive. We appreciate everything. If you're not subscribed to Russ, feel free to subscribe. We want our subscribers to go up. Yeah, if you're not following us on Patreon, go check us out. Like this video, Russ
and Chris.
Love you a long time.
Oh man.